Dear child, take a moment, just breathe. In the whirlwind of life, with all its noise and demand, can you hear a gentle whisper calling your name? It's a voice that knows you, sees you, and understands the silent battles you fight. Perhaps right now, you feel like you're walking through a desolate land. The ground beneath your feet feels hard, covered with sharp stones. The sky above is painted in shades of gray, heavy and cold. Your shoulders ache, burdened by worries and fears that are too deep, too personal to even put into words. You might feel utterly alone, as if no one truly understands the weight you carry. But I want you to know, with every fiber of your being, that even in those darkest, most solitary moments, my gaze has never, not once, turned away from you. Think of those ancient words, a promise whispered through time. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This isn't just a poetic phrase. It's a reality. My presence isn't a feeling that comes and goes. It doesn't depend on whether you feel strong or weak, happy or sad. When you are standing tall, full of energy and confidence, I am right there beside you, cheering you on. And when you are so exhausted that you just want to lie down and give up, when every step feels like a monumental effort, I am still there. My love isn't like the tide, washing in and out, unpredictable and fleeting. It is the solid rock beneath your feet. It's the foundation that holds you up, even when you don't realize you're being supported. I know you ask yourself, why do these trials keep finding? Why does it seem like just when I catch my breath, just when I find a moment of peace, the wind starts howling again? It's a natural question, but my dear friend, please don't see these hardships as a sign that you've been abandoned or forgotten. Think about the people who carry the brightest light. They are often the ones who have had to walk through the deepest, darkest seasons. They are the ones who have been refined by the fire. Imagine a tiny seed buried deep in the cold, dark soil. It might feel forgotten, buried alive, but it isn't. That darkness is exactly what it needs to break open, to grow roots, and eventually to rise up and become a mighty towering tree. I am doing that exact same work within you right now. You see, I don't look at you the way the world does. The world is obsessed with outward success, with praise, with things that fade away as quickly as they come. The world measures your worth by what you have, what you've achieved, or how many people applaud you. But I look deeper. I look into the very core of your soul. I see the kindness you offer to a stranger, the gentleness you show to a child, the quiet strength you summon when everything goes wrong. I see the precious, divine spark I placed inside you from the very beginning. Because you carry this precious light, adversity won't just pass you by. It can't. Every trial, every tear, every moment of frustration is serving a purpose. It is awakening that divine strength within you. It is polishing the gold. Let me tell you a story. You might know the story of Joseph. People often remember him standing in the glory of Pharaoh's palace, a powerful leader in Egypt. But I want you to remember the other season of his life. Remember the years he spent forgotten in a dark, damp prison. No one saw his gifts there. No one recognized his dignity. He was stripped of everything. There must have been nights, long, agonizing nights, when Joseph stared at the stone walls and wondered if the dreams he had been given were just illusions. He must have questioned everything. Yet, it was in that very darkness that his character was forged. His faithfulness was refined like pure gold in a furnace. He made a choice, a powerful choice. He refused to let bitterness harden his heart. Even in prison, he chose to help others. He chose to hold on to hope. He chose to believe that his story wasn't over, that the final chapter hadn't been written yet. And then, at the exact right moment, a door swung open. A door that no human hand could have opened, and no human hand could shut. My beloved friend, I am teaching you in the exact same way. There are seasons in your life when I don't immediately take away the pain or the problem. Why? Because I am creating a depth within you that an easy, comfortable life could never produce. True strength, true resilience, true compassion, these are born in the crucible of hardship. After you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. This is a promise. Your tears are not wasted. They are not meaningless drops of water falling to the ground. Not a single, quiet, desperate prayer goes unheard. I hear them all. There will come a day, I promise you, when you will stand on higher ground. You will look back at the winding, difficult road you've traveled. And in that moment of clarity, you will realize something profound. The very things that seemed to be holding you back, the obstacles that frustrated you, were actually the very things drawing you closer to your true purpose, closer to me. Think about the doors that slammed shut in your face. You cried over them. You begged for them to open, but some of those doors were closed to protect you. They were keeping you from entering rooms that were never meant for you, places that would have harmed your destiny. Think about the delays that made you so impatient. You felt like you were falling behind, but those delays weren't meant to disappoint. They were meant to keep you from stepping into a season before you were truly ready, before the appointed time. You see, you are looking at a tiny piece of a massive puzzle. You see the confusing colors and the jagged edges of one small piece. But I see the entire picture. I see the beautiful masterpiece that is your life from beginning to end. So, when you are confused, when nothing makes sense, when the path ahead is obscured by fog, learn to rest. Learn to trust the guidance you cannot see. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It isn't about seeing the whole road clearly laid out before you. Faith is taking the next step, even when your knees are shaking, even when you can't see past the next few feet. Faith is continuing to walk because you know who is holding your hand. And here is something even deeper I want you to grasp. The trials you face, they don't come to extinguish your light. They come to make it shine brighter. A lamp is only truly noticed, truly appreciated when the darkness falls. I have called you for a specific purpose. I have called you to be a bearer of warmth to souls that are freezing in the coldness of this world. I have called you to be a gentle, reassuring voice in the midst of chaos. I have called you to be a sower of hope in places where faith has completely dried up. Do not, for 1 second, underestimate what I have placed inside you. You might look in the mirror today and feel small, insignificant, incapable. But remember, I specialize in using the small, the humble, the overlooked things to accomplish the most magnificent purposes. Remember David. Before he was a king, before he was a hero, he was just a shepherd boy. He spent his days in the quiet fields, tending sheep. When the giant Goliath stood before the army, terrifying everyone, no one believed a boy with a sling could do anything. They laughed at him, but I didn't look at his size or his weapon. I looked at his heart. I saw a heart that trusted me more than it trusted swords, spears, or armor. And it was that unwavering faith that brought down the giant. In your life, the thing that will carry you through the battles isn't just your own physical or mental strength. It's the deep, unshakable knowledge of whose hand is holding yours when the arrows start flying. So, my dear, when the weariness settles deep into your bones, do not close your heart. When temporary disappointments knock the wind out of you, do not forget who you truly are. You were not created to cower in fear. You were not designed to live in a state of constant despair. You were created to walk in the light, to be a beacon of peace. Even right now, as you listen to these words, I am quietly, gently renewing your soul. I am pouring a steadfastness into you that no storm, no matter how violent, can ever steal away. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Lift up your head. Let hope breathe again in your chest. The work I have started in you, the beautiful, complex work of shaping your soul, I will not leave it unfinished. I am a master craftsman, and I always complete my masterpieces. One day, you will stand in the harvest season of your life. You will look around at the abundance, the peace, the joy, and you will finally understand why I didn't let you give up. When you were halfway through the journey and ready to, you will see how every wound, every scar, became a window for the light to shine through. You will realize that the moments you felt the absolute weakest were the exact moments I was holding you the tightest. You will understand that everything I allowed, every tear, every delay, every closed door, was gently guiding you toward the beautiful, magnificent purpose I had prepared for you since the beginning of time. So today, before you take another step, Before you face whatever tomorrow brings, let this truth sink deep, deep into your heart like an anchor. You are not lost. You are not wandering aimlessly in a vast, uncaring universe. You belong to me. My hands are holding you securely. And there is no storm powerful, no wind fierce enough to snatch you away from my everlasting love. My beloved friend, don't let the fierce winds of difficult days trick you into thinking I have moved away. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the promises I have spoken over you. I know there are times when you look around and feel suffocated by pressure. You wonder why your mind is a battlefield, fighting silent war that no one else can see or understand. You smile on the outside, but inside, you are fighting for your life. But listen to this profound truth. The darkness doesn't surround you because you are worthless. The darkness surrounds you because you carry something incredibly precious. You carry a light planted by heaven itself. Think about it. A small candle is barely noticeable in the bright midday sun. But in the pitch black of night, that same small candle becomes a beacon, drawing all eyes to it. Because your soul carries this light, you will inevitably pass through seasons of testing. The darkness will try to extinguish it. But do not be afraid. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. The light I have placed within you is eternal. It cannot be snuffed out just because the journey gets rough. I didn't call you to live your life in a state of constant tension, always hustling, always trying to prove your worth to a world that is never satisfied. I didn't create you to run on a treadmill of seeking human approval, sacrificing your inner peace for a fleeting round of applause. What I truly desire for you is rest. I want you to learn how to rest in my love. Picture a small child, tired from playing, laying their head on their father's chest. They hear the steady heartbeat. They feel the warmth. Outside, a thunderstorm might be raging, thunder crashing, lightning flashing. But the child is not afraid. They are safe. They are held. When your heart truly abides in me, when you find your home in my presence, you will no longer be tossed around by every anxious thought or fearful rumor. You will know with absolute certainty that your worth is not determined by your bank account, your job title, or how many people like you. Your worth is determined by the fact that I, the creator of the universe, have called your name with an everlasting, unbreakable love. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you truly believe this, when it moves from your head to your heart, a deep, abiding peace will wash over you. It will cover your anxious mind like a quiet, cool river flowing through a parched, dry desert. Let's look at another story. Remember Esther. Before she was a queen, before she saved her entire people from destruction, she was just an orphan girl. She lived quietly, unnoticed, among the exile. If you had looked at her then, you would never have guessed the massive destiny she carried. She seemed so ordinary, so humble. But I saw what the world couldn't see. I led her through hidden, quiet seasons of preparation. In the shadows, away from the spotlight, I was forming gentleness, wisdom, and incredible courage within her, little by little, day by day. Then, the day of testing arrived. A terrifying decree was issued. Her people were in mortal danger, and it was in that terrifying moment that the true beauty of Esther's character blazed like a sun. If she had only cared about her own safety, her own comfort, she would have stayed silent. She would have missed the entire purpose of her life. But she chose to trust me more than she trusted her. She stepped forward, risking everything. My dear friend, I am doing that exact same work in you right now. The pressures you are facing, the stress that feels like it's crushing you, it's not meant to destroy you. It is meant to squeeze out the divine beauty that I have hidden deep within your soul. So, please, stop seeing your trials as signs of failure. Stop thinking you've done something wrong just because life is hard. Think of a goldsmith. A goldsmith doesnent throw gold into a blazing fire because he hates the gold. He puts it in the fire because he values it. He wants to burn away the impurities, the dross, so that the pure gold can reflect the light perfectly. In the same way, I don't allow you to walk through difficult seasons because I enjoy seeing you. I am refining your heart. I am burning away the invisible fears that hold you back. I am melting away the quiet doubts that whisper you aren't good enough. I am lifting the burdens you have carried on your own shoulders for far too long. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. Notice what that says. I never promised that you wouldn't have to walk through deep, scary waters. I never promised a life without storms. But I did promise, with absolute certainty, that you will not drown. I will not let you sink. Now, I want you to learn a new way to live. I want you to learn the rhythm of peace and unlearn the rhythm of panic. Yes, there are doors you must walk through with bold courage. There are times for action, but there are also crucial moments when you must simply stop, pause, be still, and listen to my whisper. Think of a wise gardener. A gardener doesn't stand over a rose bush in the dead of winter, screaming at it to bloom. He knows that every season has a purpose. The cold, dark winter is for resting and gathering strength. The spring is for planting. The summer is for growing. The autumn is for harvesting. The season of waiting is just as sacred, just as important as the season of harvest. So, do not rush your journey. Stop trying to force the flowers to bloom before their time. There are profound things I am doing beneath the surface, preparing you for a season of incredible growth and fruitfulness. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And finally, my dear friend, remember this above all else. You are deeply loved. You are chosen. You are cherished. My love for you is not a reward for your performance. It is a gift, freely given, eternally present. Rest in that love. Abide in that peace. And know that I am always, always with you, guiding you home. Let me share another thought with you, something that often gets lost in the noise of everyday life. You see, the world teaches you to measure your progress by what you can see. It tells you that if you aren't moving forward at lightning speed, if you aren't constantly achieving and acquiring, then you are failing. But my kingdom doesn't operate on the world's timeline. My kingdom operates on the rhythm of grace. Think about the majestic oak tree. It doesn't grow overnight. It takes years, sometimes decades, of silent, unseen growth beneath the soil before it becomes the towering giant that provides shade and shelter. During those years of hidden growth, the tree isn't failing. It is preparing. It is building a foundation strong enough to withstand the fiercest storm. In the same way, the seasons of your life that feel stagnant, the times when you feel like you are just waiting and nothing is happening, are often the most crucial periods of your spiritual development. In the waiting, I am building your foundation. I am deepening your roots in my love, so that when the winds of adversity blow, you will not be uprooted. So, do not despise the days of small beginnings. Do not grow weary in the waiting. Every moment you spend trusting me, even when you cannot see the outcome, is a moment of profound spiritual victory. You are learning the art of surrender, the beautiful, liberating act of letting go of your need to control everything and trusting that my hands are capable of holding your life. I know that surrender is not easy. It goes against every instinct you have. You want to fix the problem, find the solution, make the pain go away. But true peace is found not in fixing everything, but in trusting the one who holds everything together. When you surrender your worries, your fears, your need for control to me, you are not giving up. You are stepping into a place of profound power. You are acknowledging that my wisdom is greater than your understanding, that my love is deeper than your pain, and that my plan for your life is far more beautiful than anything you could ever imagine. Let me remind you of the story of Moses. He spent 40 years in the wilderness, tending sheep, seemingly forgotten by the world. He had made mistakes, he had fled in fear, and he probably thought his life's purpose was over. But those 40 years were not wasted. They were a season of preparation. In the quiet of the desert, I was stripping away his pride, his self-reliance, and teaching him to depend entirely on me. When the time was right, I called him from the burning bush. I didn't call him because he was perfect or because he had all the answers. I called him because he was ready to listen, ready to obey, ready to trust me more than he trusted himself. You too may feel like you are in a wilderness season. You may feel like you have made too many mistakes, that you have wandered too far off the path. But hear me clearly. My grace is bigger than your mistakes. My love is stronger than your failures. I am not finished with you. The wilderness is not a place of punishment. It is a place of preparation. It is the place where you learn to hear my voice above the noise of the world. It is the place where you discover that I am all you truly need. So, embrace the wilderness. Do not rush through it. Let it do its perfect work in you. Let it strip away the things that are holding you back, the fear of man, the need for approval, the illusion of control. Let it teach you the beauty of absolute dependence on me. And as you walk through this season, remember that you are never walking alone. I am the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. And I am guiding your every step, even when the path seems unclear. I want to speak to the weariness in your soul. I know that the battles you fight are exhausting. I know that there are days when you feel like you simply cannot take another step. The weight of the world feels too heavy, the demands too great, the expectations too high. But my dear friend, you were never meant to carry this weight. I invite you to bring your burdens to me. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is not a suggestion. It is an invitation to a completely different way of living. Rest is not just the absence of work. It is the presence of peace. It is the deep, abiding knowing that you are held, that you are loved, and that you are safe in my arms. It is the quiet confidence that even when the world is spinning out of control, your soul is anchored in the unchanging reality. How do you find this rest? You find it by spending time in my presence. You find it by quieting your mind, turning off the distractions, and simply being with me. You find it by reading my words, letting them wash over you, letting them remind you of who I am and who you are in me. You find it by talking to me, not just with polished prayers, but with the raw, honest cries of your heart. Tell me about your fears, your doubts, your frustrations. I am not intimidated by your honesty. I welcome it. I want to hear the deepest longings of your soul. And as you pour out your heart to me, I will pour my peace into you. I will replace your anxiety with my calm, your fear with my courage, your despair with my hope. Think about the disciples in the boat when the storm hit. They were terrified, convinced they were going to drown. But Jesus was asleep in the stern. Why was he sleeping? Because he knew that the storm was not greater than the power of God. He knew that he was safe, even in the midst of the chaos. When they woke him, he didn't panic. He simply spoke to the wind and the waves. Peace, be still. And immediately there was a great calm. I want to speak that same peace over the storms in your life. I want to calm the raging winds of anxiety and the crashing waves of fear. I want you to know that even when the storm is raging around you, you can sleep in the stern of the boat, knowing that I am in control. This kind of peace is not something you can manufacture on your own. It is a gift freely given to those who trust in me. It is the peace that passes all understanding, the peace that guards your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. So, my beloved friend, let go of your striving. Let go of your need to figure everything out. Let go of the heavy burdens you have been carrying for far too long. Come to me and let me give you rest. Let me remind you of the incredible value I place on you. The world often measures value by what you produce, by your achievements, your wealth, your status. But I measure your value by the simple fact that you are my creation, my beloved child. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You were intentionally, purposefully, and lovingly created by the master craftsman of the universe. Before you were even formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I had a plan and a purpose for your life. Every detail of your being, your personality, your gifts, your quirks, your passions was carefully designed by me. I didn't make a mistake when I made you. I made you exactly as you are for a specific reason. You are a masterpiece, a unique and unrepeatable expression of my creative genius. There is no one else in the world exactly like you. No one else can fulfill the purpose I have for you. No one else can touch the lives of the people I have called you to touch. So, stop comparing yourself to others. Stop wishing you were someone else. Stop trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. Embrace the beautiful, unique person I created you to be. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see what I see. I want you to see a beloved child of the Most High God. I want you to see a person of immense worth, incredible potential, and boundless beauty. Do not let the lies of the enemy tell you otherwise. Do not let the critical voices of the world define your worth is settled, once and for all, by the cross. The fact that I was willing to give my only son for you is the ultimate proof of your value. You are worth everything to me. And because you are so incredibly valuable, I am fiercely protective of you. I am your shield, your defender, your strong tower. When the enemy attacks, when the world tries to tear you down, I am standing between you and the danger. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is your heritage as my servant. This is the promise I have spoken over your life. You do not have to fight your battles alone. In fact, you do not have to fight them at all. The battle belongs to the Lord. The battle belongs to the Lord. Your job is simply to stand firm, to trust in my deliverance, and to watch as I fight for. Think about the Israelites, standing at the edge of the Red Sea, with the Egyptian army closing in behind them. They were terrified, trapped, with nowhere to go. But Moses said to them, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only be still." And then I parted the waters. I made a way where there was no way. I delivered my people and destroyed their enemies. I am the same God today. I am still parting waters. I am still making ways where there seems to be. I am still fighting for my children. So, when you feel trapped, when you feel like the enemy is closing in, do not panic. Do not give in to fear. Stand firm, be still, and watch as I fight for you. I want to talk to you about the power of your words. The words you speak have incredible power. They can build up or tear down. They can bring life or bring death. The tongue has the power of life, and those who love it will eat its fruit. When you speak words of faith, words of hope, words of love, you are aligning yourself with my truth. You are declaring my promises over your life. You are creating an atmosphere where miracles can happen. But when you speak words of fear, words of doubt, words of negativity, you are aligning yourself with the lies of the enemy. You are giving power to the very things you are trying to overcome. So, I urge you to be mindful of the words you speak. Choose your words carefully. Speak life over your circumstances. Speak hope over your future. Speak love over the people around you. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." Instead of saying, "This situation is hopeless," say, "With God all things are possible." Instead of saying, "I am a failure," say, "I am more than a conqueror through him who loves me." Your words are like seeds planted in the soil of your. What you plant is what you will harvest. If you plant seeds of faith, you will harvest a life of victory. If you plant seeds of fear, you will harvest a life of defeat. So, plant good seeds. Speak my word over your life. Let my truth be the loudest voice in your mind and the most frequent words on your lips. And as you speak my truth, you will begin to see your reality change. You will begin to see mountains move, doors open, and chains break. You will begin to experience the abundant life I have promised you. I also want to remind you of the importance of community. You are not created to walk this journey alone. You were created for connection, for relationship, for community. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. In the body of Christ, we are all connected. We are all part of the same family. We need each other. We need the encouragement, the support, the accountability, and the love that comes from being in community with other believers. So, do not isolate yourself. Do not try to fight your battles in secret. Reach out to others. Share your struggles. Ask for prayer. Allow others to speak truth and life into your situation. And be willing to do the same for others. Be a source of encouragement, a source of support, a source of love for the people around you. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ. When we stand together, when we support each other, when we love each other, we become an unstoppable force for good in the world. We become a reflection of my love, a beacon of hope in a dark and broken world. So, find your people, find your community, and commit to walking this journey together. Let me speak to the dreams and desires I have placed in your. I am the giver of dreams. I am the one who plants those deep, passionate desires within you. And I do not plant them to tease you or to frustrate you. I plant them because I intend to fulfill them. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. When your heart is aligned with mine, when your greatest desire is to know me and to do my will, then the dreams I have placed in your heart will begin to manifest in your. But you must be patient. You must trust my timing. The fulfillment of a dream often requires a season of preparation, a season of waiting, a season of growth. Think about Abraham. I promised him that he would be the father of many nations, that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. But he had to wait 25 years before that promise was fulfilled. 25 years of waiting, of wondering, of trusting. But I was faithful to my promise, and I will be faithful to the promises I have spoken over your life. So, do not give up on your dreams. Do not let the delay discourage you. Keep believing, keep trusting, keep walking in obedience. The appointed time will come. The dream will be fulfilled. And when it is, it will be more beautiful, more magnificent, more glorious than anything you could have ever imagined. Because I am a God who does immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. I want to encourage you to live a life of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It shifts your focus from your problems to your blessings. It shifts your focus from yourself to me. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. This does not mean that you have to be thankful for the difficult circumstances, but it means that you can be thankful in the midst of them. You can be thankful that I am with you, that I am working all things together for your good, that my love for you never fails. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you open the door for more blessings to flow into your life. You create an atmosphere of joy, of peace, of contentment. You become a magnet for my goodness. So, make gratitude a daily practice. Take time each day to count your blessings, to thank me for the big things and the small things, to acknowledge my goodness in your. And as you do, you will find that your perspective changes. You will find that your burdens feel lighter, your joy feels deeper, and your faith feels stronger. Let me remind you of the ultimate hope that we share. This world, with all its pain, its sorrow, its brokenness, is not our final home. We are citizens of heaven. We are looking forward to a city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. This is our future. This is our destiny. This is the glorious reality that awaits us. So, when the trials of this life feel overwhelming, when the pain feels too great to bear, lift your eyes to heaven. Remember the hope that is stored up for you. Remember the glory that will be revealed. This momentary light affliction is producing for us an eternal weight of glory that far outweighs them all. The pain of today cannot compare to the joy of tomorrow. So, hold on to hope. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. Run the race with perseverance. Fight the good fight. Finish the course. Keep the faith. 5. And know that one day you will hear those beautiful words. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your master. My dear friend, I love you with an everlasting love. I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Trust me, rest in me, walk with me, and watch as I unfold the beautiful, magnificent masterpiece of your life.